Yep, there it is.
Oh my God. I just
Was that a eureka
I just
moment?
figured, yeah, I just figured something out of my golf swing.
Eureka?
I never thought I was going to figure this out.
How many
Oh my
times
God.
do you have these moments?
Very, very rare. 14 years of research on the golf swing has led me to this point.
Hello.
Yeah, perfect. I did a couple golf balls. Oh.
That was close.
That was close. I remember doing this when I was younger, just growing up, going to range, and then going and hitting balls for probably an hour, 2 hours. I don't know what I was doing. I was just trying to get better at golf, honestly, and like had nothing better to do.
How many balls is that? Like
I don't know.
150?
I'd take like 2 or 3 buckets of these and just hit them and pound them all night. So night ranges are literally my most favorite thing to do.
He needs a lot of practice.
Thanks.
Panda.
Oh, perfect.
All right, Adam. What you got?
We got a 58 iron.
And we're going to go for the target out there.
Let's see it.
Little stinger.
That was a stinger.
All right, guys, we just got to the night driving range, Highlands Performance Center. It's Golden Bear. It's just kind of a vlog. We're just gonna see what happens. Maybe help Adam out, Hudson out, have some fun, see Martin's bombs.
Oh, help me out.
Or help him out. Actually, that's not a bad idea. That's not a bad idea.
Look like I need help.
Let's see it, Adam.
It does. I do need help.
That's what we need to do, is help Adam.
They hit?
Oh, that was so close. They were touching.
Come on, give me a Martin Borgmeier 5000. Nice.
You like that?
The Borgmeier
You
5000.
gotta know you miss hits. That was a little low.
Yep, there it is. Oh my God.
Was that a eureka
I just
moment?
figured, yeah, I just figured something out
Was
of my
that a
golf swing.
eureka?
So when I try and apply force internally,
Yeah.
I go here, it gets the handle there.
Yeah.
That's way right. But if I can feel like my wrist is behind my elbow, it keeps, as I'm swinging, it keeps the head more ahead of me. So it's like at a certain point, or I gotta go earlier. So what I'm saying is, like, as it's coming here, it needs to stop so that the handle can go forward and turn over through. Whereas if I keep applying force, it's gonna keep the wrist going that way.
And leave the face open.
Yes. Oh, wow. That is something I never, ever thought about.
Do you think you can still apply the same or even more force to the handle?
Well, you gotta time it. If you apply force, that's why like all this motion stuff, it's getting me to go internal, and that's why you go here and it does this instead of holding it off. That's where it's like you gotta do motions. Boom, boom. Yep, there it is. Oh my God. My blood pressure's going down now.
How do you feel like
Literally.
How do you feel like you could measure that? I mean, you could do it in a 3D system, like potentially, but what do you think you
Because
would need for it?
think about this, when you try and apply the right arm, if your wrist isn't strong enough, if you try and apply right arm drive, and this always happens naturally, man, I'm struggling for like hours. You can see me, like even today, I was in a different place. Like I was so focused on my golf swing, and I'm just driving it forward, and not even recognizing it, but it's just, it takes so much time and energy for my brain to recognize what's going on in the system. I know it works, but then I'm doing these things that I don't even recognize. It's not helping it square up. Anyway, long story short, just attempting to try different things and think about what is the body doing that's allowing the face to path and club path to move in that manner. You may not have all the answers, but try things. Try like moving, weight shifting up and down and more rotation and, internal shoulder, external arm, internal arm, wrist action, forearm action, foot turn, all these just different things. You just got to try it, man. I mean, as much as you want a coach to tell you what to do all the time, like you got to, at the end of the day, figure it out for yourself and what works and what's comfortable for you. Because my whole premise in golf is if you don't, hit a golf ball good with the thought process in the first 2 shots, 2-3 shots, it's not working. Like, remember I was like, oh, I think I got something. And I hit it, I was like, oh yeah, that's right. Oh, that's right. And it kept stabilizing. It didn't destabilize and start to go even farther offline. That's when you know you have something. And if you can continue to hit 5, 10, 15, 20, 30 balls and it's reacting the same exact way, keep implementing that new thing that you're trying.
Do you feel like that might be different every day or every week?
It can be, but you always have to relate back to the system.
Yeah.
You
So
always have
you're
to-
like
to your
benchmark?
to your benchmarks, to
Yeah.
your stability, to what
Yeah.
you have built already.
But it might be a different feel, like
might-
every week, to get back to it.
For sure, for sure. Again, if you're dealing in mid ranges, you're gonna have to overcorrect all the time. If I'm dealing in a space where I'm close to in range, and so I'm trying to figure other things out that are applying force to the club in a way that allows me to understand how the club is moving in space.
Yeah.
Because I've set parameters for myself, I know certain things are negated. They're just you can't. There's nothing's gonna change from it. And so I'm still trying to piece together in the I know statically what everything does to the club. Every static position, I know how it affects motion. When I isolate it and move one variable, I know how it affects the club. I don't know how dynamically everything moves yet.
Do you
That's the
feel like that's a different feel for, or might be a different feel for face to path, so accuracy, and a different one for speed?
There definitely is. I mean, certain parts of the body, there's going to be times where they both add up, where speed and accuracy both align.
Like throwing motion or something.
Yeah. But then there are times where it's like, whoa, this thing gets out of alignment and it blows the accuracy up to a place where you have to dial it back in
Where
speed.
it's
Like
unplayable?
where I was faster. I was a 98, 99 right now. I'm not even going right now.
Yeah.
But like, I was missing it way offline. I was missing it way right. I'm like, whoa, I can't do that.
Yeah.
Like, it was a little faster than my average for now. So anyway, long story short, like, this I think is a big deal. So what I found was when this right form goes internal, there's obviously weight and inertia over here. So that's gonna make the club go. So if I go here and I apply force internal, that's gonna make the club go this way and open. It's gonna stay open. Now, if I'm strong enough, obviously I'm gonna do that, but then the face to path is way closed.
Yeah.
And so I wanna feel like I'm going that way and then stopping and allowing the hands to go through so I can create this in and out path, and it's helping to initially close the face.
So that helps path and face, but don't you think there's a speed aspect to it too?
It's going to slow down, actually. It may slow down for a little bit until I start timing it correctly. Because it's all loading the whip, and then eventually you got to add speed to it.
But when you unload it correctly, exactly, then
It may actually go
should, like,
faster. It may.
add speed to it.
I'm going to keep trying, so we'll see. That was really interesting. No, I can draw it now every single time. Oh my God.
That was a
I can't
draw.
believe it.
That was a good draw too.
I can't believe it.
I'm not going like full long drive technique, but I try to deliver the club correctly, what I was working on over the last couple of weeks since I was practicing with Bryson. And it's getting better and better at stabilizing. So for me, eventually, it's all about hitting more balls in the grid, because we can amp up that speed at some point, like easily, because I know how it's done. But right now, I'm working on more consistency.
It's huge because I'm like trying to figure this out, and I feel like this is it. Everything I'm sensing is like, oh my God.
That's drawing. You drew it.
It's a way to stabilize everything and control the timing of the closure rate. So watch this. I'm learning how to throw it. I swear this is like opening up a whole new dimension for me right now. Yep, boom, perfect, every time. Now let's add some speed to it. Here's the kicker. Once you find something that stabilizes the golf swing, you add speed to it. That's what I try and do. Yep, perfect. That was a heel, miss it, and it still drew fractionally. So I know from that now my golf swing is stable. I now know what it is, dude. I've never understood or been able to describe that feeling. Maybe I'm in fairy tale land right now, but like I don't feel.
You know, there's this guy who's like in the top 8 in the world, won the US Open and so on and so forth, and he's like figuring out stuff. He's got these eureka moments in his practice. How crazy is that? That simply shows how hard golf is and that swing.
Wow, every single one.
Yeah, dude, seriously. One of the best golfers in the world has this eureka moment at a night range.
Yeah, that's what happened.
Just having fun.
Yep, there it is.
That's so sick.
Finally, I've unlocked the last piece of the puzzle. Honestly, just chilling. Like, I love night ranges. I figured it out. I cannot believe I figured it out.
Yeah.
So these are the moments I live for, because now I can sleep. I'm so sorry to call you so late. I got something.
Okay.
Not for speed.
Okay.
I mean, it's a part of it eventually, but
Yeah.
but with the stability, how the right wrist gets. I remember I told like, man, like I'm doing all these principles that should take it back, but the club's like still in front or behind me, and it's open.
Yeah.
The face is still open.
Yeah.
If it's more in the palm, it allows the forearm to turn over. There's something about how I can feel it. It's easier to get to internal. I'll tell you that. So it's like the end range is easier to hit. Whereas before, when I'm pulling the right forearm internal, or right upper arm internal, it's tougher to keep that right forearm internal as well.
That was smoked.
All right, guys, just finished up. Had a eureka moment. Figured out something in regards to biomechanics and physics of the swing. It's in regards to this right forearm internal rotation, how it applies force to the club, how that translates into the momentum of the club head, squaring up or not squaring up. Long story short, I got something unique and cool. Hopefully it translates. Not all my eureka moments have been successful and work over time, but at least for now, I can sleep.
I'm looking forward to a good night of sleep too, by the way. Yeah, for me actually, that thing that Bryson taught me like a couple of weeks ago, I'm still working on it, still learning, but I feel like it's getting better, and I internalize it every single time, even more when I'm hitting. And today it wasn't about speed, it was about hitting the ball straight.
Yeah, and shout out to Martin, his channel. He's got an amazing channel. You guys gotta go check it out. Martin Borgmeier on YouTube.
Martin Borgmeier.
Borgmeier, the man, the myth, the legend. Thanks for being here.
buddy.
Thanks for helping out.
Appreciate
It's
it.
fun. Let's keep it growing. Let's keep it
go.
growing, and let's keep it going. So I just
We get along very well.
was noodling over in the car for like the whole ride, and sitting in the car trying to figure out, like, because I was hitting it right today, and that eureka moment was definitely helpful. But I felt like I wasn't able to apply speed like I was at Worlds, and it kept bugging me. And my brain was like, nah, there's something more to it. And sure enough, this motion of like holding it more external and letting the club go this way, I'm like, well, what else does this? And I started to see at Worlds, I was looking at some old videos, and it just looked like the club was just whipping through there really quickly. And so the motion that he told me before Worlds was to pull the left shoulder back.
Actually retract it.
Retract the shoulder, and that allowed the thing to square up without having me hold this externally. It allowed me to go whoop, and then have this like in-range hit on the left side of the body. But it added speed to it. So it was an accuracy thing, and it applied speed to it. And when I started doing that, I started hitting an 8-iron, and I was like, okay, you know, obviously I'm gonna be slow. 140, 144, 147, 151, 152, 53, 55, and I just kept adding to it. I'm like, oh my gosh, I think I can get to 60. And like within 15 minutes, I got to 160. I'm like, I think I can still go faster. And I started feeling the same adrenaline fluid, not adrenaline, actually, it was more just like something from the same chemistry in my body, flowing through my body. But it wasn't like I was, oh my gosh. It was more just like a dull, subtle, okay, I know what this feels like. I know how to keep ramping it up and ramping more speed. I got to 163. I've never gotten to 163 in my entire life with an 8-iron.
Seriously, I've seen a lot, right? And I find generally things he does pretty impressive. But that up there, doing that in 15 minutes and how he progressed through it, that was very impressive. I don't think I've ever seen anything like this. I mean, besides the number, a 163 with an 8-iron, that's actually world-class speed, even for a long driver. But how he progressed through it, and how he added speed and added even more speed by doing that move, like watching that was one of the most impressive things I've seen this year. That was sick.
Thanks, dude.
That was really sick, dude.
That was cool.
Well done.
I mean, literally 7 hours of physical rotational torture. And then to go do that, I don't think I've ever done anything like that. That was really cool. I'm dead. Good night, guys.